here, and today we're going to work on, oh boy, this Kyuranger Purple. Wonderful model by 3D Command Center. Check them out on Instagram if you want to get your own. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. Had a little bit of under extrusion about here and here. You can fill it all with glazing putty. It's not bad. It's not squishy like Kyuranger Ryu would. Daishi. I gotta figure out what his actual name is. I think it's Kyuranger Ryu. Leo Geki. He's Rio. Is his name Rio on Jungle Fury, and then he turns into Daishi? Maybe? I think his name's Leo Geki. I don't know. That doesn't matter. That's not even, I don't know, whatever. And then as you can see by the line I drew, I'm not sure how to do the visor yet. I wouldn't do a visor. I'm sick of doing the stunt ones, but there's no way I can do this. So I was thinking, cut this out, put visor here. You know, it should blend well if I keep these pieces I cut out. It should have a pretty good template. Or it might be raised just a tiny bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We might put it on the inside. We'll figure it out. But I think this might be the best way to go. You know, save me trying to fix some of this under extrusion, especially in the front where it's, you know, a money shot. And some places up here, you'll see later that it just didn't print. So we'll fill this in with some epoxy sculpts. It won't be a big deal. Hopefully. I know I say that now, but we will see. But other than that, it printed pretty nice. It's a wild, fun helmet. The back printed perfect. I mean, if you really didn't care, you could just prime this, paint it, and call it a day. But, you know, we'll glaze and putty. We'll get it all nice and smooth and get rid of these layer lines. But this is going to be a challenge, and I can't promise it's going to look good. But we're going to try. Oh boy, disaster. I kind of blew out and kind of separated where it was under extruded, which, you know, I kind of figured it was going to. And this part blew out somewhere. I don't know where it went. So, looks like we got some extra work to do. I'm just going to go in, tack this back together. Maybe put something here so I can build this back up. And then I could build this up here too. Kind of took some of that, melted that. But we'll do that, and then we will fill it with some glazing putty, and then we'll start sanding. And I'll fill in these holes too. But that's what we're gonna do next. It's kind of a mess. I kind of figured this was gonna happen though, so I'm not like surprised or upset, but we'll see. Okay, that's a start. We're gonna let this dry. I just want to make sure I got some putty over where it's under extruded, or else it'll just get ripped up when we sand it, but this is a good start. Okay, we're gonna start sanding to purple here. Probably hit it with 60, get the high spots down. It looks rough, I get it, but we'll get there. And then we'll 120 and then prime. Okay, that was a quick sand. We're gonna blow it off and put some primer on it and see what we're gonna patch up. Okay, I'm gonna put some primer on here just to see what we're working with. Very hard to sand this thing. It's wild. But we're definitely gonna do some for the chin and stuff. Understandably, I just want to see what we need to start building up right away here. But we'll see. All right, we're gonna let that dry. I already see some spots we're gonna have to touch up here, like here, some up there. Shouldn't be a problem. But at least with the primer, it's easier to see what doesn't look good, if that makes sense. So, and I wasn't able to spray in here. I should get a bigger piece of cardboard to spray on. I don't know why I'm just spraying on this box today, but I think we're getting there. We can always redo the lines if we have to. With, you know, we can build them up ourselves with paint. It's not a huge deal. I just want to make sure we get this area in here smooth as possible, so when we put the visor in, it doesn't look weird. Still might look weird. I don't know. Still up in the air about this whole just visor on the Kyuranger things. I don't know, but we're getting there. Okay, we're gonna sand again on Kyuranger purple here. It's a lot to sand. Probably gonna take me like 45 minutes, hour. Looking forward to it. Very excited about this, but hopefully we can get it where it feels more useful to me, because right now she's rough. She be rough. So we'll give it a go. Okay, wow, that was an experience. Had to hand sand a lot of it because it can't get into the cracks. But we're gonna prime this, and hopefully it looks better than it did. There's a couple places I know we're gonna have to fill where I just didn't get because I was being lazy. So we'll do that after we prime it, and we'll get any other places that seem like they need more. So here we go. Okay, we're looking better. We're looking better. The back's looking good. Little spot here, a little bit here. It might come out when we sand down the primer anyway. Front, probably take a file and file around where the visor is going to be to give it some sort of, you know, smoothness. A couple places up here we're going to have to fill. And let's see if I can cut a little bit there. Just little minor stuff, I think, at this point. There's a crack on this side we're going to fill. And I never did fill up here. So we're going to do that. And let it dry. Make sure everything looks okay dry. Everything looks better wet, so. Yeah, really. I'm working on a batch of helmets that probably should just be reprinted. You'll see as they come out, but it's probably about 3, maybe 4. And it's just a lot extra work for not as great results, to be honest with you, but I don't know. We'll see. I think we can still pull this one off for sure. I think the hard part is going to be trying to make this visor look good, honestly. I don't know, maybe I do like this part, I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there. That's for future sticks, so we'll let this dry. Put a little more spot putty on it, sand, prime, you know. Okay, we are going to sand this down on Q Purple here. Might have to hand sand some of it for sure, but I think it's gonna look okay after this. Then we need to really start trying to figure out what we want to do for the visor. I'm not sure how it's gonna look, but we'll give it a shot. There's so many spider webs and spiders in over a week. Just let me sit here, and it's wild. And slightly annoying, but it's not your problem. So we're gonna do that, see what we're working with. Maybe try to tidy up some of the lines for sure, but yep, let's get sanding. Okay, I think we got the best we're gonna get it right now. Hand sanded a good bit. We'll put some primer on it and then we'll see how it looks. Okay, I think it looks good. I know the front looks funky because it's cut like that. It just looks odd. But once we get the visor in there, you shouldn't see any of this stuff we filled in, or at least on the inside. Not sure what's going on up here. Might have to fix that a little bit. Did I get the chin? I didn't get the chin. But I think we're getting there. For sure. Back side of this. I think we'll have to sand it again. And then prime again, but I think it's looking a lot better, for sure. I don't know what's going on here. I can sand that down or fill it, but we'll see. I'll let this dry and then we'll get to it. Gonna put the base coat on the purple. Okay, so after a exhilarating 45 minutes, we got this masked. Probably poorly. This was very hard to mask. Very, very hard. And I'm sure we're going to have to touch up the purple for sure. My thought process here, hear me out. I was going to just mask the gold line around it, you know, spray it, and I'm probably going to hand paint the black, to be honest. So I thought about it, like, I want to just do it all gold, and then don't have to worry about masking these tiny little details, and then hand paint over the gold. So that's the plan right now. We're definitely going to fix up the purple some places for sure. It's just so many shapes, so many crevices. Like here, I don't know. I really did try, and I don't think my try is even adequate enough. But we'll see. As long as we don't go too thick, we should be okay. So I'm thinking put the gold on this. And then we will maybe sit down and think about the visor. You know, get started on that. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe we can either do these exact shapes, you know, try to set it in there all nice, maybe put some foam so we can get it, you know, put foam here, glue it to, you know, the top of the helmet, and then have the visor flush. We could try that. Or I was thinking maybe, you know, do a visor from here, just like do this piece, put over it, and do like this piece. This is painted. What a weird dude. Not 100% sure. We could see how both look. I mean, one might be flush, might be. One might look better. I don't know. And then we're gonna figure out how to do the space effect. On my past ones, I used glitter. It works, but it leaves a texture. So that's kind of a problem. Maybe I'm gonna test on a couple pieces. I feel like if I just it's black and like spray some white spray paint up in the air by it and let it drop. Maybe a little like light blue and see what it looks like. I'll take a triple look at Anaki's, but I really don't know how he gets that effect. So that's where we're at with this. Try not to ramble here, but that masking is terrible. So I'm gonna hit it with gold, and then we'll see what we're gonna fix. All right, we'll let that dry. I just did one light coat. That should be enough. As long as we got around the edges, I don't see it being a problem. And all I'll do, I'll go around with a paint marker and draw the outline where the gold's supposed to be, and we'll fill it in. So not a big deal. Hopefully it doesn't run everywhere, or I get overspray. Probably right, but that's where we're at. Okay, just gonna do a little update on this. So we got the masking off, and the gold will show any of the metallics show every single dent, divot, layer line, whatever you name it. So don't focus too much on that, because once we get the black on it, you won't really notice it unless you're touching it. This is a big dent here. I don't know how I missed all that, but so what I'm gonna do is, there's a couple places we got overspray, like up here a little bit, and we'll have to fix up like here and here. So I mean, not a big problem. This purple should cover really well, hopefully. I don't know, I never brushed it on. But what I'm gonna do is take a acrylic paint marker, and we're gonna try, and I mean try, to trace. I'll probably put some masking tape down so I can follow a straight line, relatively straight, and we'll draw the outline for the gold trim, and we'll paint the inside of that black. I'm not sure how we're gonna do the space effect on it yet, because I'll probably have to mask it all again, right? I didn't really think about that, or I should have left it masked. And with that tape, I didn't want to get too hot in here and then get like super sticky to it and pull off some of the spot putty and stuff, because I had that happen with like my Super Mega Force Pink. Got some of the spot putty off on the side when it was already done painting, so what a bummer that was. So we're trying to avoid that, but I think it looks cool like this, honestly. And I'm also going to probably work on the visor soon here too, and get that in there and see if we can get it flush. And then we'll go from there, I think. But that's where we're at. Okay, welcome back. It's been a little bit. So this is my idea of trying to get around the fact I can't vacuum form a visor to fit this whole gold part right now, so to speak. Because looking at all the helmets, that's what it looks like. And that's a little beyond what I have. If I could just get maybe, I mean, I could probably vacuum form over the entire helmet, but one, I don't have anything to vacuum form with, and I could heat plastic and put over it, but that's too big of an area to evenly heat something. I mean, I guess I could use like my kitchen oven or something, but that just sounds like a mess. So this is kind of my cheat. So what I did, first off, I lost the cutouts I had for this. There's somewhere, I hope there's somewhere here, or I threw them away. I don't know. I have a bunch of random plastic stuff. This is like Live Man Blue, which I forgot I did, and Live Red's here. I swear I saved them. I'm gonna have to maybe look some more. But I just took some tape and made a template from the inside out with this and cut it out. It's not perfect. There's little places here and here, but so my idea is where you see the tape on the inside, I'm gonna put black foam, and it's not gonna go as far up as the blue. I just have wide blue tape. I was just trying to mock it up here real quick. But I think that might be fine. I mean, it's pretty flush. When we get everything painted and black foam behind that, I don't think we'll be able to even know. And I did a couple tests about just clearing over the visor, and you can still see through it. Doesn't seem to matter. I always said I feel like Aniki visors look like he clears over them, or that could be just how they look after you vacuum form things. I'm not quite sure how he does his visors, but that's what I'm sticking with. Look at this. I've been trying to get this on my Kyuranger Yellow for literally a month now. But so that's how we're going to do the visor, I think. I think we can make it work, and it will look acceptable. For the black here, I'm probably going to have to hand paint it. And I just kind of masked off where the gold trim will be. Hopefully, I did it loose, so hopefully this masking doesn't pull up the gold, which is always a problem with metallics. I guess I could have put a nice coat of clear on it first, but not sure. We'll see. This is all kind of a work in progress. There's an eye up here I see now too that I'll have to cut out and we can put on. So, but I'm gonna paint this black, see what it looks like, and then we will get the other. I might make the template for this first so I don't pull up the black. I'm gonna put the tape over it. I even do it gingerly, but still. And then we'll have that to work with later. And I know you can, there's gaps here, but I don't know if you'll be able to even notice them once we get the black in there. So that's the game plan. So let's get to it. Okay, that's first coat. Gonna let this dry. Probably have to do like 3 coats. Hopefully we don't get too much seepage under the tape. Like I said, I didn't put it on very tight, so I don't want to take off the gold, but we'll see what happens, you know. But I think it's gonna look good. I don't know where I put this. But yeah, I think it's gonna look fine. So we'll let that dry, do a couple coats, and then we will put the visor in, figure out how we're gonna do the sparkles, and then we're gonna tidy up some of the purple too. But it's game plan. Okay, so it's been about a week, and I've been thinking. Well, actually, I looked up a lot of footage from Kyuranger to see about the visor. We're still gonna go with our plan. I'm thinking the foam. I'm thinking maybe filling any gaps I have, just some epoxy sculpt. And we can just, you know, wet sand that real quick because we'll smooth it enough before it dries. It should be a real simple thing. And paint it black, and I think it's gonna be okay. But we're gonna get the visor pieces in first before we do that. But before we do that, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a galaxy design on here. Because the more I look, there are, you know, like, it's like light blues and stuff in here. So we're gonna try. Just do like over blue to dark blue to black, blending in a couple of places. It's gonna probably look terrible, and we'll do some white dots around it. And maybe I'll put a little bit of black down, just a tiny bit of sparkles. I think we can do this. I'm hoping. And if it looks terrible, we'll just paint all black. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I looked up a bunch of YouTube videos on painting galaxies. I haven't tried yet, so it's the first time. So let's see what happens. It's not gonna be good, but it didn't look too difficult. Okay, so I don't think it turned out too bad. I think it looks all right. You know, it looks a little weird now because I don't know if you saw, I used watered down gloss Mod Podge. Uh, Lightly brushed them on so I could get some sparkles on it. I mean, I'll blow it off once everything's drier, so we don't have sparkles weird places. But and I still might go in and add a couple more stars, but I think it looks okay. I think what I'm gonna do is get the visor in and try to get you know, the epoxy sculpt in there. I think it's gonna look good once we get it all filled. You know. I mean, I know that doesn't look great right now, but other than that, I'm happy with it. It's not the best looking galaxies, but I think it conveys it enough that it should be. So I'm gonna go in and once it dries, do a little bit more hard white, so it'll be a little more distinct. But I think it's good. I think it's good. I have to add a couple little stars on the visor so it's not as like stark contrast, that it's not, you know, the same material. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. You know, I think all this is just learning and trying new things. That's what we did. Okay, just gonna give a little update on this. So this is where we're at. I didn't really do anything different. All I did was heat up the plastic for the visor just a little bit, just to give it a curve so it fit a little better. It doesn't fit great, but this is with nothing holding it in. It's just sitting in there. So I think it's gonna look okay. I asked my wife to get me foam yesterday. She did, but the pack she got just didn't have black, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I did a little test with some dark purple yesterday, and you can't see it on the back side of the visor. You can just see it in the holes where there's a little bit of gap. So the epoxy sculpt part failed miserably. That did not work. So trying to think of I mean, we might just end up having little gaps around it. I think it's gonna be fine. I know there's like a contrast right now, but once we get this glossed, it should bring it back together. So I'm gonna think about that. I'm just gonna take some purple on a brush and, you know, fix up a couple little spots. There's one back here, and the chin needs a little bit. So hopefully we can get this cleared today. Actually, I'm out of clears, so I guess we can't. Maybe I'll go to Walmart. I don't know, but that's where we're at. I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. It's still probably not the right way to do these helmets. I know what the right way is, and I don't know. I don't know. Someone vacuum formed the visor for one of these, and I'm going to ask him how he did it. See if I can figure it out. This exact helmet, actually. But I think for everything that this was, I think this is going to be fine. I put the back on and looked from far away. It looks pretty good. It definitely does. So I know I'm just rambling. It's like 6 in the morning and I barely slept, so just trying to get my life together. But that's what we're gonna do. I wish there's a way I could just attach them somehow like this, just like a little bit of glue around it. But there's not enough to hold it. I gotta figure out this foam situation. So that's where we're at. Okay, so hopefully you saw what I did there. Just got strips and kind of, went around the perimeter of the visor piece and made sure it was popped out as best as I could get it. What do you think? I don't think it looks terrible. There's some rippling here from when I heated it up to curve it around these forms a little bit so it fit better. But I mean, that's my fault. There's a little bit spot putty you can see on the inside there from when I sanded it, so we'll have to fill that. But if you hold it up to light, it looks funny. But here, we'll put the back on. Why does this back fit so weird? Oh no, it fits fine. I just had it wrong. So that's what it's going to look like. I wish I had something kind of far away to show you. I don't know how well it does stay together. Hold on. Dangerous. She's teetering on the edge. But whoop, sorry. But that's how it's going to look. It's going to look better because the other black will be gloss as well, so you won't have that contrast. And I think from far away, that's certainly, you tricked me, right? You tricked me. Man, I think that looks cool. For sure, there's a better way. I just need to get the materials to make a vacuum form table. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't know how you vacuum form that. I mean, you'd have to cut the visor out separately and then form that. I don't really know. Unless you just do it over the whole front and then cut out what you need. That sounds hard as well. So, don't really know. We'll figure it out one day. We got, so I have Q green, Q black. I have a really bad Q pink that I got a new model for. So maybe we'll do Q pink next. Q purple, there's what, 12 of them? Plus a super mode maybe? So, we got time to figure it out. I kind of like this. I don't think it looks bad. Right now. I'm sure once we get the clear on it, it's going to look so much better. But, until we get there. And it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. It's definitely going to fool someone from far away. I mean, if you're doing hero shots with this isn't ideal. If you're doing hero shots, then... If you're doing hero shots and you can't do visors for these the correct way, then just leave the visor in and make them unseeable. And, we tried, we did stunt visors on black and green. My pink also has one, but it's on my Instagram if you want to see it. It's not very good. It was from the Super Sentai Legend Wars model, so it's rough. This is a different way. We're trying something else. Not how I actually wanted to do it. I wanted to do like plastic, like the whole, like do a whole section here, but I'm not sure. And again, the reason the vacuum form ones work because they're all raised. I mean, you're not just going to get a vacuum form of just, one part and make it flush. It's not going to be flush unless you do the whole piece. So, as far as I know, what is happening outside? I don't know. All here's thumping. But, and also with the foam, I'm going to have to get some contact cement for my other ones. I think this should be fine. I don't foresee it coming apart, but it might. And if it does, we'll fix it. Not a big deal. Everything is fixable. Don't stress. So, I don't have any clear. So, it's going to have to wait. I'm going to touch up the purple. There's some spots I showed before that I still didn't get to. That's something I have to get done today. That is today's plan. But I'm going to go start sanding some terrible amount of helmets. So, this is my last fun thing to do today. But, alright. We will see it when it gets cleared. Okay. Got some clear. We're going to actually get around to it this weekend here. I know you can, the visor looks weird because you can see through it because the sun's coming in, but it looks okay without the sun behind it and get the back on it. So, like I said, this is just test. We're just trying to find the best way to do these without vacuum forming. How about that? So, put clear on it. I did test clear in the visors before, and it should be okay. I only did 2 coats. I usually do 3 on helmets, so maybe that'll affect it, but I don't know. Here we go. All right, that's 2 coats clear. We might have got a little run on the visor port, so that might be an issue. Other than that, I think it looks okay. Again, I know it looks weird, but I can do something to show you. But once we get that light behind it on, I think it's gonna look all right. Hopefully. Again, it's not perfect. It was a proof of concept, I guess. So we'll let it dry and finish her up. Okay, not like super duper happy with how this turned out, but I also don't hate it. From far away, it actually looks okay. Close up, you can definitely tell, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we'll find a better way eventually. We got what? We got 6 more Kyurangers to do, give or take. I just have green, black, purple. There's 8 in the super mode, right? So yeah, 9, so 6, right? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So we're gonna put magnets in it, elastic, maybe some foam. I don't know. This helmet's kind of small, so it might be snug enough. Might just need one on the top and some cheeks, but we'll see. Okay, the glue's all set. I tried it on. It's snug enough where it like sits up on your head right. Also, I have a bun in, so it might not later, but I'm trying to see if I can zoom in here. But if you see from far away, the digital zoom is terrible. Why can't they have? I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do optical zooms with an iPad, but if you see it from far away, I mean, sorry, I know it's jiggling, probably making you sick. It's making me sick. Wait, stop. I don't know. That's pretty convincing from far away. You know, on a shelf, I think it's gonna look fine, great. I'm happy with it, kind of. I wish it was a little better. I mean, it looks a little more noticeable in person, but probably 15 feet away. Maybe a little less. Maybe like 10 feet. I don't know, but it's okay. We'll get to the spin around. And again, you're going to notice the visor and the spin around, I'm sure, especially with, you know, the lights shining on it, but it is what it is. We tried something different. Maybe with a different Kyuranger helmet might be easier, because this visor's gnarly. I did see someone vacuum form one I was going to ask about. I know I said that earlier. I just forgot to ask him. Well, I did ask him before how he did it, and he said a very long, hard process of vacuum forming it. So I don't know. I don't even know how you'd make a buck for this one, you know? You'd have to do the front of the helmet, but not sure. We'll have to look into it, but there it is. Let's get to the spin around. All right, That probably looks bad with that light directly on it, with the visor. Like I said, didn't turn out as cool as I thought it was going to be, but you know, we press on here. And I think it's going to look fine on the shelf for what it is. And as I said previously, we got 6 more chances to figure out how to do these visors. This is the 3rd one, so 3.5. But I still like it. I think it turned out good. I like the galaxy look on the visor. I mean, if these were more flush, I think it would pull it off a little better, but again, as you saw, it was under extruder there. When we cut it, it kind of fell apart, you know, all kind of issues. But everything else, I think it turned out pretty swell. You can see out of it, this side is a little hard because where the plastic bends, like the light bends on it, and it's kind of odd, but this side, fine, you can see perfectly okay in it. So, yeah, really cool helmet. Kyuranger helmets are all cool. They're all wild and fun. And I probably should put a piece of foam in this. I know I said earlier, yeah, it's a little snug. It's because I have my hair up. So I kind of made it a little more drawn up towards my chin. So we might go back, put foam in it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry, I lose my voice. I've been doing a lot of these outros tonight. But yeah, thanks for watching. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram for daily build pictures. I have a TikTok. It's at StickSource. You can follow me there. And like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. Helps me keep doing these videos if you enjoy them. Or keep getting helmets done for people if they want to buy any or something. It just keeps me motivated to keep going. So I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the new subscribers and all the followers on TikTok. You're really blowing that up. So again, much appreciated. It means a lot to me. So have a wonderful evening.